Principal Deputy Speaker, I feel the need to remind this House that if we're going to talk about the ongoing presence of paramilitary organisations, then we need to address the elephant in the room, which is the IRA Army Council that oversees Sinn Féin. This motion, which I believe was written with the best of intentions, is calling on the First Minister and her Deputy to introduce a comprehensive review of the Tackling Paramilitarism, Criminality and Organised Crime programme to ensure that actions within the final programme for government genuinely tackle the scourge of paramilitarism in our society. Really? I remind this House on the 20th of October 2015 the assessment on paramilitary groups was published by the NIO. That report was commissioned in the aftermath of the provisional IRA murder of Kevin McGuigan. That report made clear that the IRA retained an Army Council, which members believed oversaw both the PIRA and Sinn Féin with an overarching strategy, retained departments with specific responsibilities, and still had weapons which had not been decommissioned. Where is the democratic mandate of the Army Council, which oversees the lead party of government? In February 2020, the PSNI reconfirmed it still believes the IRA Provisional Army Council oversees both the IRA and Sinn Féin. This was a statement echoed by the Garda Commissioner Drew Harris. But we don't have to go back to 2020 to find reports which point out the continuing role of the Provos in Northern Ireland. I note that the Executive Office was not present just a few weeks ago at the launch of a report entitled "When You Know What They Are Capable of, Paramilitary-Related Gender Coercive Control" by Aisling Swain, produced by Foyle's Women's Aid. The Justice Minister thought it was important enough to be there, but not the First Minister. I wonder if that was because of the contents of the report left the First Minister for all feeling uncomfortable. I wonder if the First Minister has read the report. Consider the contents of pages 24 and 25 of that document. One victim survivor spoke of a friend who was too afraid to participate in this research, but who lived under the threat and fear of her partner and his paramilitary involvement. There's thousands of pounds in her name because he had a gambling problem, but he would have used IRA because he said to her that he'll make sure that she has no job, no house, no car. He'll break her jaw if she ever said anything that went on within that organisation. I have my wains, so I wasn't available at the click of the fingers to get up and go and do that, this, that and the other. Where she didn't, and she was maybe driving places and stuff like that there. And when she left, she got more threats like "I'll break your jaw, I'll burn your car, I'll burn your house, and you'll lose your job," and stuff like that. That's the reality of the fear the IRA continues to engender in Northern Ireland right up to this present day. Yet the motion calls on the First Minister to introduce a comprehensive review of tackling paramilitarism. Come on. I remind the House that due to the perverse Belfast Agreement, the Executive is led by someone who tells us there is no alternative to IRA terror. No alternative to the murders of Cecil Cunningham and John Hazlett, two RUC officers murdered by the IRA 53 years ago today. No alternative to the murder of Herbert Kernaghan, an off-duty UDR man shot in front of children as young as 6 while delivering fruit and vegetables to a primary school in Rosslea 45 years ago today. No alternative to the murder of 22-year-old soldier Alan Stock, killed 41 years ago today by IRA terrorists hiding behind a tombstone at the end of command wire. No alternative to the murder of RUC dog handler Samuel Todd, who died 34 years ago today, a few days after being shot by the IRA. This House is in no position to lecture on the harm of paramilitaries when its very existence is evident that violence pays for them.
I call